this is Munson with Munson Music, and we're going to talk about how you can play a song called Let's Stay Together by Al Green. And this is going to end up kind of being an introduction to jazz chords and kind of taking things that are simple and making them slightly bigger. We're going to start off with kind of that intro trumpet lick where you could play 5th fret on the high E string, 8th fret on the B string, 6th fret on the B string, and then go back to 8th fret on the B string, and then we go to 5th fret on the high E, and then 8th fret on the B string, 6th fret on the B, and then 5th fret on the B. So if you want to kind of follow that melody line, it's kind of this 5, 8, 8, 6, 8, 8, 5, 8, 8, 6, 5. And the bass notes that would kind of back that up would start on the low E string on the 3rd fret, and then go to 5th fret on the low E string, and then 3rd fret on the low E, and then 5th fret on the low E, and then 3rd fret on the low E, and then 5th fret on the low E, and then 3rd fret on the low E, and then 3rd fret on the A string. So the notes that you're kind of following there is kind of a G, A, G, A, G, A, G, and then a C. And you could even kind of put those together actually and just kind of make it a 2-part, kind of doing that 3 on the low E, 5 on the high E, 5th on the low E, 8th fret on the B, 3rd fret on the low E, 6th fret on the B, 5th fret on the low E, and then 8th fret on the B, and then back to the 3, 5, 5, 8, 8, 3, 6, and then the 3, 5, kind of together, kind of working that way. That would back that up would start on a G minor chord. When we play G minor, normally do this as a 3rd fret bar, 3rd finger on the A string on the 5th fret, and the pinky on the D string on the 5th fret. If you strum all those together, that sounds a G minor chord, and it sounds really sad. Now you may also want to think about lifting off the pinky and kind of making that a G minor 7, or you could take the pinky and add it in on the high E on the 5th fret and kind of make it a G minor 9, and then to kind of follow that melody note on the top. Through the tune, you may want to kind of take the pinky and put them on the B string on the 6th fret, kind of for that G minor 7 kind of voicing. And so we're kind of working off that low E string actually. That's a G note on the low E. That's kind of our bass note through the tune, and that kind of supports the G minor sound. Or you can even kind of use your thumb to kind of hit a bass or pick to hit a bass, and then kind of go for the high E 5th fret, kind of in that chord. Bass chord idea might be kind of a cool thing to work through that intro. And then from the G minor we'll be going to an A minor chord. So we're basically going to take most of those shapes we just talked about and slide them over to the low E on the 5th fret, which is kind of an A bass note. So now we can do an A minor with 3 and 4, or we can kind of lift off the pinky and make it an A minor 7, or you can add in the pinky on the B string on the 8th fret, and that's actually kind of that melody note on the A minor. With the high E on the 5th added, G minor 9, and go to the A minor for kind of a bass, and kind of work the top part of that A minor 7 voicing with the pinky. Kind of using that low E for the bass. So it might be kind of a cool way to kind of work the A minor too. Or if you wanted to, you could even use a root position A minor, where you do 1st finger on the B string 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 2nd, 3rd finger on the G 2nd. And if you strum all those together, that sounds an A minor chord. It sounds really, really sad. Or you can lift off the 3rd finger and make it an A minor 7, or kind of add in the pinky on the high E on the 3rd for kind of an A minor 7 kind of sound. Or a lot of times around A minors, you could lift off the 1st finger for an A sus2, or add in the pinky on the B string 3rd for an A sus. Kind of work with those reposition chords to kind of say some things around the A minor. From there we can kind of take that shape and slide back to the G minor, back to the A minor, and then we go back to our G minor 9 with the pinky on the high E5, back to our A minor with the pinky added, and then our G minor, but then we go to a C major chord. And you could do this in root position too, actually just kind of using your regular C First finger on the B string first, second on the D, second, third finger on the A, third. Kind of working regular C major. A lot of times while you're on C too, actually on this particular C, we're in the key of F, so it's kind of a C7 sound. So you can take the pinky and kind of put it on the G string third fret and kind of work that for a C7. Or if you're digging on the bars, you can do the first fret is kind of or first finger is kind of a third fret bar. Third finger over the D, G, and B, and kind of work it as a bar B, C major. And all our bass notes actually are kind of working off the A string third as kind of our C note for the basses. Or you can make it a C7 by doing third fret bar, third finger on the D, fifth, pinky on the B string fifth. Kind of work that for your C major. Especially on that intro, actually that works really well because that has that melody note of the B string fifth fret in it. So through that whole intro, you can kind of work it that way. Or through the tune, definitely some cool spots where you may want to use a C9, where you can do first finger on the D second, second finger on the A third, third finger over the G, B, and E. Kind of work that as a C9 chord, which can be very, very cool hidden voicing. Or you could even work it as a low E root. Right now we're kind of playing the A string third for a C note. You could use it as the low E on the 8th fret and kind of work some F shapes or E shapes on the guitar, where you could do 8th fret bar, second finger on the G string, 9th fret, third finger on the A string on the 10, pinky on the D string 10, and working out for your C major. Or you could lift off your pinky and make that a C7, or you could add in the pinky on the B string 11th fret, kind of give it a little bit more bite, so you want to kind of play around with that voicing too. So through that whole intro, you might want to kind of work that bass chord idea. Different strum patterns you may want to think about. You could work it as kind of a down count idea, and all these would kind of half. So you may want to do kind of G minor for 4, A minor for 4, and kind of work down strokes. That could be a cool way to kind of back it up. I'm adding a little bit of muting to that just to make that a little bit sneaky. And then do your C, so you could kind of work it that way too. Or one of my favorite strum patterns for a 4/4 like this is down, down, up, up, down, up. So you can take the G minor and try that a lot and have down, down, up. Work it as kind of a down, down, up, kind of halving that strum pattern actually through these chords in the intro. And that might be kind of a cool way to kind of do it. Down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, C, down, down, up. Or you could have that pattern. And one way to do it is to kind of do the G minor with down, down, and then hit the A minor for the up, up, down, up. So that might be kind of cool too. The G minor, down, A minor on the up, down, G minor on the down, down, A minor on the up. G minor down, down, A minor up, down, G minor down, down, C on the up, down, up. Or you could add either one of those actually and kind of work it as kind of a bass down, up kind of an idea. Bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up, bass, down, up. Or something else you may want to think about using through the tune is something called a 16th note strum pattern. And what I mean by that right now, if you're tapping your foot to the beat, our downs and our down, down, up, up, down, we're kind of dividing the beat into 2 parts. And that's called an 8th note. What a 16th note is where you divide that into 4 parts. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. And one of my favorite 16th note strum patterns is a long down, 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 up, up, down, down, up, down, up. And what I mean by that is if you take the G minor and do it down for 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. That's what you're doing on the first beat. Then on the second beat, you're doing it down on 1, down on 3, up on 4. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, down, down, up, down, down, up. Then on the third beat, you're doing it up on 2, down on 3. So you're going 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, up, down, 1, up, down, 1, up, down. And then on the last beat, you're going down, up, right along with the 1, 2, 3, 4. So down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up, down, up. So all together, you get down. Ways you could use that through the tune. On the intro, you may want to think about just doing down, 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 up on each chord. Kind of G minor, A minor, G minor, A minor, G minor, A minor, G minor, I'm a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, or bass, bass, down, down, up, down, 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 or bass, bass, down, down, up, bass, down, up, can all be cool variations. So you can try it that way and still keep that halving even. G minor, bass, bass, down, down, A minor, bass, down, down, G minor, A minor, G minor, C. Right now I'm halving things in a different place, right? I'm doing the G minor with the down, 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 up, and then going to the A minor for the up, down, down, up, down. You kind of get that bass, bass, down, down, up, A minor, up, bass, down, up, down, G minor, A minor, G minor, A minor, G minor, C, which can be kind of cool too. Or what can be very cool too is to use this as kind of a finger style idea. And if you're kind of interested in that, your thumb becomes your bass player, and you can kind of line up your fingers, kind of index on the G, middle on the B string, ring finger on the high E string, and this could be kind of cool through the tune. And actually, you could even switch the index middle ring actually between the G, B, and E and the D, G, and B to just kind of mix it up through the tune. And it might be kind of cool to kind of work it as kind of a bass chord idea at the beginning, especially on the intro. So it's kind of a bass chord kind of an idea with kind of thumb, fingers, 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 thumb, fingers. To kind of work that kind of through that intro part could be kind of cool to kind of follow that melody note too. So I was kind of digging on that. I actually did kind of make it sound more like bass trumpets, bass trumpets, bass trumpets, bass trumpets, kind of an idea. And through the tune, actually, especially and on the verse part, there are like little arpeggios or broken chords through those ideas, and you could do those with the fingers. And thumb, index, middle, ring, middle, index, middle can be kind of a cool arpeggio too. And on the intro, actually, you'd almost kind of have that. Can be kind of cool too. So you may want to kind of experiment with that through the tune. I know there's a lot of different options to kind of throw at you at the very beginning, but that way you can kind of pick one and kind of run with it for yourself. And then from there, then we'll be going into our main verse part. And our verse starts on an F major chord, and then we play F major, and first finger goes across the entire first fret, second finger goes on the G second fret, third finger on the A string third, pinky on the D string third. If you strum all those, that sounds an F major chord, and it sounds really happy. Now you could also use an F major 7, and there's a couple different voicings you might want to use for this. One easy one, if you kind of want your hand to have a moment to rest from the bars, is you'd have first finger on the B string first, second on the G second, third finger on the D string third, and kind of work the D string to the high E string is kind of an F major 7 idea. Or you could kind of keep that low E string for the bass, the second finger on the B string first fret, third finger on the D string second, and the pinky on the G string second. It's kind of another way to do the F major 7 down that too. Now another possibility to play your F major 7 instead of working off the low E string for your root is you could use an A string F note, which is kind of on the 8th fret on the A string, and kind of do this as kind of a bar on the 8th fret, third finger over the D, G, and B, and kind of work that for your F. Or if you kind of dig on an F major 7, kind of an idea up there, you can do second finger on the G 9th, third finger on the D 10, pinky on the B string 10, around the bar, and kind of work that for your F major 7, so you can dig on that voicing instead. And then from the F, we'll be going to a D minor chord. We play D minor. Normally you do this first finger on the high E first fret, second finger on the G second, third finger on the B string third, and if you strum the D string to the high E string, that sounds a D minor chord, and it sounds really groovy, kind of sad. Now you may also want to dig on a D minor 7, kind of making it a little bit bigger, where you could do first finger over the top 2 strings, E and D, and second finger on the G string second for kind of a little D minor chord shape. Or if you're digging on the bars, you can do this as kind of a 5th fret bar, kind of working off the A string, 5th fret D note. It's kind of a 5th fret bar, second finger on the B6, third finger on the D7, pinky on the G7. that for your D minor chord. Or you could lift off the pinky of that and make that a D minor 7. Or you could take the pinky and put it in on the high E on the 8th fret and make it a D minor 7 that way. Or what it almost sounds like in the tune actually is a D minor 9, which is very, very cool, where you can do first finger on the D 3rd fret, second finger on the A 5th fret, third finger over the G, B, and E kind of on the 5th fret. So I'm doing like a 3rd finger bar to kind of make that a D minor 9, which, oh god, you gotta love D minor 9. And then from D minor 9, we'd be going to a B flat major chord. And you could do this as an A string root if you wanted to, kind of working off the B flat note on that 1st fret on the A string. It's kind of a 1st fret bar. 3rd finger over the D, G, and B would kind of be one way to play B flat major. Or to make it a little bit bigger, kind of a B flat major 7. You do 2nd finger on the G, 2nd, 3rd finger on the D 3rd, pinky on the B string 3rd. Kind of work that for your B flat major, which can be very, very hip. Or if you're kind of digging on that F major 7 voicing we were doing with the low E root, you can take that shape and slide it up to 6th fret on the low E string. So now I got a 1st finger on the low E 6 for the B flat note, 2nd finger on the B string 6, 3rd finger on the D7, pinky on the G string 7. Now I'm kind of adjusting my fingers actually to those 3 strings instead of kind of working the high E there. But you can play around with it. Actually, there's lots of different ways to do this. And then from the B flat major 7, we'll be going to a D flat major 7, which is very hip. And maybe a little bit, well, it's just a cool change, man, from the B flat to D flat. So something out of the key. And what we're going to do is take the 1st finger and put them over the 4th fret. And you can kind of work this as the A string on the 4th fret D flat root. It's kind of the 1st fret bar there, and then you can kind of do your B flat major shapes. So you can either do 3rd finger of the D, G, and B and kind of work that for your D flat major, or you can make it a D flat major 7, making it a little bit bigger by doing 2nd finger on the G 5th, 3rd finger on the D 6th, the pinky on the B string 6th. It's kind of the D flat major 7. Or another possibility would be to kind of take that F major 7 shape that we were doing and kind of moving for the B flat, and then take that shape and slide all the way up to 9th fret. So now you have low E string on the 9th fret for the D flat, 2nd finger on the B string 9, 3rd finger on the D 10, pinky on the G string 10 for the D flat major. So it might be kind of a cool way to kind of work it too. Or you could even just use kind of that major shape actually, kind of an F shape actually, kind of that 1st finger over the 9th fret, 2nd finger on the G string 10, 3rd finger on the A11, pinky on the D string 11. It's kind of another way to play the D flat major if you kind of dig on that. So there's a lot of different options as far as the chords go too, and you may just want to pick one and kind of run with that. But you could really use any of those strum patterns we were talking about. You could work just the down idea if you're kind of digging on that, or you can do the down, down, up, down, up. So down, down, up, down, up, D minor, or you can do the 16th pattern. F, you'd have the low E string for the bass, kind of working as kind of a bass, down, up, down. D minor, you'd have the D for the bass, unless you're doing kind of those bars with the D9, you'd have the A for the bass. B flat, you'd have the A string for the bass, unless you're doing the F shape one, kind of from the low E string. And the D flat would have the low E string for the bass, unless you're kind of working that other B flat major shape. So it's kind of weird, B flat major shape. 1st fret to 4th fret for the D flat is kind of the A string root. From the low E6 to the 9th fret is kind of a low E root, kind of that B flat, D flat. So you may want to play around with that too, kind of working as kind of a bass note, kind of an idea with the strumming. So you may kind of dig on that. So that might be kind of a cool way to do it too. Or you could completely do this as a finger style idea too. And what it almost sounds like in the recording is kind of little arpeggios or broken chords actually kind of around each of those chords. And what you may want to do is kind of get the thumb to be your bass player for the chord, and then kind of work your arpeggios from there, kind of breaking up the fingers through the chord. So you want to kind of play around with that too. That might be kind of a cool way to kind of work that through the verse. And then from there, we'll be going into our pre-chorus part. On our pre-chorus, we start on the A minor, and then we go to G minor, and then we we go to F major, but then we go to an E minor. And the way you play E minor, first finger goes to A on the 2nd fret, second finger on the D string 2nd fret is kind of your normal E flat, E minor. You know, very sad chord. Or you could add the 3rd finger on the B 3rd, pinky on the high E 3rd, for the E minor 7. Or you could kind of work this with kind of those bar shapes that we were just kind of playing around with a lot. Or you could do like this is a 7th fret bar over the A to the E, which can be kind of cool to get the low E bass in on the E minor. And then you could do 2nd on the B string 8, 3rd finger on the D string 9, pinky on the G9 is kind of an E minor chord. Or you can lift off the pinky and make that an E minor 7, which is going to be very cool hidden voicing too. So you may want to kind of experiment with those to kind of get a little bit bigger voicing. Or you could do an E minor 9, kind of taking the D minor 9 shape and moving it. Or you could do 1st finger on the D 5th, 2nd finger on the A 7, 3rd finger with the G, B, and E. Kind of working that as an E minor 9. That can be very good with the low E string for your root too. So you may want to kind of experiment with that too. And then from the E minor, we go to this cool change to a D major chord. So normally in root position, you do this 1st finger on the G 2nd, 2nd finger on the high E 2nd, 3rd finger on the B string 3rd, and kind of work that for your D. Or you can make it a D7 chord, where you do 1st finger on the B string 1st, 2nd finger on the G 2nd, 3rd finger on the high E 2nd. And what it really kind of sounds like in the recording is a D9 chord, where you can do 1st finger on the D 4th fret, 2nd finger on the A 5th, 3rd finger of the G, B, and E on the 5th fret. Kind of work that for your D minor 9. And we kind of do our whole pattern on a D minor 9, and then we almost kind of half that pattern actually, kind of down, down, up, or you can do it down, 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 up. And you'll hear this cool little bass lick come in where you can play open D, 2nd on the D, 3rd fret on the D, 5th fret on the D, and then we go back to our A minor chord. It's kind of a halving idea, G minor, F, E minor, and then we end up back on our D9 at the very end of the pre-chorus. So it's kind of that one progression that kind of happens twice. So you can do that any of those ways too. And for the A minor and the G minor, you have that low E string for the root, F with low E root, E minor with low E root, and then you have the D9, and we kind of have the A string. So it might be kind of cool to kind of break that up, adding in the lick, and then A minor, minor, F, E minor, D. So kind of breaking it up a little bit. Or it'd kind of be the halving idea for the A minor and the G minor, and the F and the E, if you're kind of working it down, down, up, down, up. Kind of the whole pattern on the D, bass, down, up, 2, 3, 5, A minor, G minor, F, E minor, D9. So you can kind of work it that way. Or you can kind of work it as kind of a bass, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, up, kind of working 16th feel. And then you have the A minor, G minor, F, E minor, D9, bass, down, down, up, 2, 3, 5, A minor, G minor, F, E minor, D9, D9. And then from there, we'll be going back into our verse part. Now you could kind of work that as kind of a finger idea. Actually, we could even kind of work that through the verse. We have the F, kind of working arpeggios, kind of that thumb for the first note, and then kind of breaking up the chord. B flat, major 7, D flat, D flat, and then from there, we'll be going back into our pre-chorus part. So back to our A minor, G minor, F, E minor, and then D9, D9, bass lick, A minor, G minor, F, E minor, D9, D9. And then from there, we'll be going into our chorus part. And our chorus starts on the G minor. We kind of have our whole pattern G twice, G minor, A minor, A minor, G minor, G minor, and then we got a B flat, and then we kind of half with an A minor, and then we half that with a D minor, and then a C. So it's kind of a 4 hit at the end. Or you do that with the bass down, up, and have G minor, G minor, then stay to A minor, A minor, you could work that as kind of the finger style idea and have a G minor, A minor, da 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 da, G minor, and then we kind of half for the B flat, A minor, D minor, C. So thumb, index, middle ring through that part if you're kind of digging on that. And then from there, then we go into a bridge part where we start on the G minor, but then we kind of mix up our G minor with an A flat major chord. And normally you do this as a 4th fret bar, 2nd finger on the G, 5th fret, 3rd finger on the A6, pinky on the D string 6. It's kind of an A flat major chord. Or if you're kind of digging on those F shapes and the B flat shapes, we were working like the low E root, major 7 shapes. You could do this as an A flat major 7. You could even do it as the bar actually, and be doing bar on 1st fret, 2nd finger on the D 5th, 3rd finger on the G 5th, pinky on the A string on the 6th fret. It's kind of another way you can kind of play an E root, A flat major 7. Or you can do 1st finger on the low E 4th, 2nd finger on the B string 4th, 3rd finger on the D 5th, pinky on the G 5th, and kind of work in that shape, actually kind of that F major 7 chord shape from the 1st fret down to the 4th fret. So we could work that any of those ways too, kind of work in the 8th note feel. Flat would have your low E for the root, and then we have the G minor, A flat, but then we got our B flat, A minor, D minor, C, kind of our chorus thing at the end of the bridge. Or we could work our 16th pattern, have a G minor, A flat, G minor, A flat, major 7, then we'll be going back into our verse again, so we can kind of play that any of those ways too, or it might be cool mixing that up actually, kind of like D minor, B flat, A flat. You know, we can kind of mix it up with other string patterns too. And then from there, then we'll be going back into our pre-chorus part. So we'll do our A minor, G minor, But that's the basics of how you can strum through Let's Stay Together by Al Green. So good luck.